What up, what up? Glory be to God. Welcome back. It's Raul, Live the Noise. Yeah, see if anyone's going to even jump in for this. What is it, like New Year's Eve, 1:30 in the morning? 1:30 in the morning. So, yeah, I just wanted to get back and look at a couple different things. Like the last stream I did, I was trying to figure out how, like, the best way to record in my Juno DS while playing a loop. And I hadn't quite figured it out yet, but I like how you can resample in the pattern sequencer, so you can resample patterns, and then you could also now you have the function of like doing like if you hold shift external source, you have like a routing option, so you can do a mix of what's coming out the SP and then also just the external input. So that's really useful to do just the external input. So I'm going to use that a lot today, and I'm just going to explore. I'm just going to make a beat with this. I got some drums in here already from StandAlone Soul, from I think I don't know, I have a blend of volume 1, 2, and 3, so I just put a little drum kit together there. And I'm going to start out with some chords here, something with the SP, and just build all the instrumentation from the SP, or not, excuse me, not from the SP, from the MPK Mini. I want to jump in the chat, see if anyone's live. What's good, everybody, though? So, yeah, and then I also want to show how I figure the tempo out. So, play something here, figure out what the tempo is, and then, you know, get it going inside the SP. Yeah, but if you're in the chat, come on, say hello. Where you at? Let's get this going. So I was messing with this chord here. It's funny because I came across this YouTube video. It was like a list of songs that only have one chord in them. So I figured I'd try that. So I just really this. I'm gonna turn DJ Rec. What's good? I'm gonna turn. Let's see. I got the final 404 Vynil sim here. And I'll mute my mic out from time to time just so I don't get that extra ambience going on. I do believe right now one of the things is like input effects. Let me turn off the MFX right now. But input effects, I do have a compressor on there just so you can hear my voice. It's kind of come through better. See if I turn it off. Check, 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 check. It's kind of nice to have on your instruments too. Just anything going in. So yeah. And then back out. Just gonna turn this on, mute my mic out, and play a little part. Just this one little chord thing. Yeah, and by the way, I'm just gonna record in using the sampling function rec. Pick a pad. So here we go. Select that pad. Hold on. Mute my mic, so if it's set to wait right now, it'll just start recording as soon as the input of the mini play comes in, this little piano. So I'll mute this. I forgot to put the effects back on that. Okay, let me try to resample it. Turn the mic off. Alright, there we go. Turn it up a little bit, normalize it, and then make sure I got a nice loop on there. Okay, kind of sounds like the loop is a little, I was a little quick with the come back around, but it's cool, I'll work with it, and then, so figure out the tempo, the tempo, shift, and then pad 11, got the tap tempo there. What's good, everyone? Come in and say what's up. Let's have a chat. I am making a beat just with the SP and the mini play. And yeah, we could talk about the mini play if you ever had interest in that. I think it's kind of slept on. I really like this. It's a great little keyboard. There's a lot of good, a lot of bad. But it kind of stands alone in this little category, which I really like. And it's actually the second mini play that I bought because some keys broke on my other one. And I tried to replace them. Didn't happen, so I bought a new one. I like it that much. I think you can really rock with it. And it's great with the SP just because some of the sounds in this aren't like super amazing. Some of them are pretty damn good. But I like the feature set. Just the compactness of it. And some of them sound really nice going through. What's good, Amaratsu Shidori? Welcome back, man. What's good? Yeah, just making this beat here. What's going on here? Okay. My monitor went out for a second. Had me tripping. Okay, so it's good. We're back, and hopefully I'm live. So, okay, what was I talking about? Oh yes. Okay, so shift tab tempo. So in here it says sub pad to tap. So I'm gonna press my loop and then just try to get a rough idea of what my tempo is, and then I'll go from there. Okay, so it's about 137. From here, I'm gonna go into the pattern sequencer, and I'm gonna sequence this little loop that I got. Forgot the record setting, BPM 137. I will just leave it at that. What is that? 1 bar? I think my loop's about 1 bar. Whoops, hold up. There's a couple things I gotta change outside the pattern sequencer first. So exit that. Okay, so I don't want this original copy. I'm gonna move this just because I'm kind of OCD with organization. So I'm gonna move this. So shift exchange, copy that pad over, moving it over. It's not like the copy, so it works just like the copy, but moves it instead of copying it. So I just have. Okay, so turn gate off, and then I'm also going to turn loop off. If you're sequencing loops in the pattern sequencer, you don't want to have the loop on because what it does when you trigger the pad, press it again, it triggers it off. So if you keep the loop on in the pattern sequencer and then you just trigger this loop, it's going to shut off and it's not going to play your loop again. Let me go ahead and demonstrate it though. So while loop's on, look, check it out. Recording, record. When it comes back around, it's going to shut off because of that loop. See that? No good. So it's like every other time. So, exit. But yeah, if I just turn loop off, go back in the pattern sequencer, play that pattern back, it should loop around. Okay, but the tempo isn't quite correct yet, so I'm going to adjust the BPM right here while it plays with the metronome. Hold on a second. I think my pattern might be... Hold up, this is acting funny. Let me try this again. Restart that, deleted that. Let's do, I thought the pad length was only, the sample length was only 2 bars, but okay, where were we at? About 137. What I tapped out, so I'm gonna go 4 bars, see how that goes. It is only 2 bars. What up, Crypto Delivery? Appreciate it. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's do it one more time. Okay, so record, pick a pattern, just the length. It's 2 bars. That should be fine. Hit it and let's go. Oops, come back around. Okay, the loop's a little quick, so I'm gonna slow it down from 137. Sounds good, I think. Hit record again just to get in rehearsal mode. Okay. Go on, I'm gonna exit that because this is a little loud, so turn it down just a little bit. One thing I haven't really figured out, so if I wanted to make that 4 bars, what would I do? Like if I wanted to copy that once, like pattern edit. Let me see if I can do that. Duplicate. See what duplicate does. What does duplicate do? I think that just made it 4 bars. See. Yeah. Looks like it. Let's check it out. Cool. So I just learned something new. Yeah, so I think I'm barely scratching the surface. Okay, so now that I have that part, oh yeah, I was gonna add some drums. Let's go practice real quick. What happened there? Oh boy. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna erase that. Shut it. I don't know what it's doing. Maybe just user error, most likely. I'm not gonna say it's like a bug or anything. But just erasing that, I'm gonna manually loop it now that it's 4 bars and just trigger that loop twice. Here we go. Put in rehearsal mode. PM2-6, what's up? Oh, you weren't thinking about getting one, Crypto? What's up? Let's go. I don't like where the snare was hitting. Whoops, hold on. Just real-time erase. Kind of like you could do with an MPC as well. Okay. I'll turn the grid off. See. stop it for a second because that's getting repetitive. Okay, so yeah, I like this little MPK mini. I mean, you got a little screen there with all the names of the sounds. A little scroll knob here. It's got some cool little features. Like, I mean, for a keyboard that's, I don't know. I mean, with some of the sounds are kind of toyish, bad, but some of them are nice, and I just like the feature set. I mean, it's compact. I can see the name of the type of preset it is, and you have different categories. Kind of goes through them in order. And then they sound alright. Like the ones that do sound decent sound cool, like with the vinyl sim on it, you know. And then you got some basic stuff like reverb. I can make it completely dry. I can put a chorus on these things. You got a filter on it, resonance, and then there's like a knob bank. So these knobs, their functions change when you press the knob bank. So now the filter up here is now a attack. The resonance becomes a release. And then down here, the reverb becomes EQ, low EQ. So if I go to, let me see. And this is another feature, favorites. You can put up to 8 favorites on here. You do so by holding internal sounds and favorites, and then whatever sound you're on, it'll save that favorite to it. And it's cool too, because it'll save like your reverb and your EQ settings and stuff. So it's a nice little feature set for what it is. Really basic, but simple. You know, it's simple, and I like that. I wish there was like more options of things like this, like little mini keyboards with like Rompler bread and butter sounds inside that were maybe a little bit better. But this has a good amount, and you could tweak them. So like right here, so I got my favorite on the second favorite here is this little synth bass, and I can filter out some of those highs, and then also I bank over, add some more low end, and then if I turn the isolator on here, I can add some even more low end. Let's see. One second. Another cool feature is this. I don't think this was available on like the older SPs. Is you have this remain button. Correct me if I'm wrong, but so your effects, you can turn them on and then actually have them not affect certain pads that you choose. So as you can see, this one's lit orange as of right now. Any effects I turn on will affect this pad. I've turned remain off my drum, so it does not affect those. See that? It's affecting. I wonder if I could do it from my external source. That'd be something. Anyways, I don't think so. But yeah, so that's a cool feature. I'm gonna turn it off for that because I don't want to do it on that pattern sequencer. So this is another thing I'm gonna look at. So now you can resample your patterns, which is dope. So what you do is you hit resample, and just like if you were outside of the pattern sequencer, you start the resample by pressing a pad. But I want to look at this again, shift external source, and then the mix routing. So what I want to do is I want to record the bass line in to its own individual pad without any of the other sounds. So for that, I would not check. I wouldn't choose mix, because mix is that would resample my drums with the piano loop and the bass all together. So if that was my preference, I could do that, but I would leave it on mix. But since I want the bass by itself, just say if I wanted to like finger drum these things, or just I want to have them as like stems. That was a question in the comments for me. Like what would be an easy way of exporting stems? Is there a quick way of exporting stems so you can mix like later, like on a computer in a DAW, in the DAW? So yeah, I think the best thing would be to record your parts in individually. So external in is what you want to do. Okay, and then now you'll see your pads blinking. So this is I'm on pad bank A, so I want to put my bass line on this pad 3, and then exit. Okay, so now it's ready. Pattern sequence 1 is blinking now because it's my only pattern sequence. So as soon as I press that, it's going to start recording my external input. So I'm gonna do that in a second. But also it's easy because it's easier now since I'm just messing with this little mini keyboard next to the SP. I was trying to do it with the Juno DS before, when I was trying to play a piano part to like a drum loop, and I hadn't thought about it before, but in the moment I was like, oh, this is kind of a little bit of a struggle. And I was like thinking, oh, it'd be awesome if I could trigger a pad with like a foot pedal on the SP. I don't think there's any function like that. Or if you could set like the count in. So you can set the count in when you're doing resampling or recording the input, I believe. And so you can go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I can start playing over here. It gives me a little time. But I hadn't found a way to actually trigger the pad and play to it. So what I did was I just played to the metronome, and then it lined up to my drum beat. But it would be awesome if you can, like, in the settings somewhere, I don't know how I would go about it, but be able to trigger one of the pads on the count as those 1, 2, 3, 4, and then, you know, your last thing that you played, you can start playing over here. If that makes sense. Right now I think it might be limited, or maybe there's something I'm not thinking of. But yeah, but it's easier when you have like this little mini keyboard, because I'm playing one hand here, right? And I can trigger over here and then go. So can you extend bars in there? Like if you wanted to take that beat from 4 bars to 8 bars, would it extend your beat, or just add in 4 more blank bars? So I don't know if you saw that I did do that a second ago, and I went to, okay, I'll exit this. Okay, so let's try it. So in pattern sequencer, right now, so I don't know why it doesn't say it after the fact anymore, but this is a 4-bar pattern, right? The loop is just 2 bars, and I triggered it twice. But before, yeah, I just figured this on the spot, but it sounded weird for some reason. But if I go to pattern edit, this is where it would be. Menu, click here, and duplicate. And I believe if it worked properly last time, it was kind of glitchy for some reason. Now it's 8 bars, and it's copied. So let's see. And you can see it kind of going through there. So yeah, there you go. So your answer did copy everything out and made it twice the length. So I guess that's what duplicate does. It just takes the length of it and doubles it. Pilgrim produces. What's up, man? Sudan Beats. Salute. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's keep going and try to get this little bass line in. I'll just practice for a little bit. Okay, just do something like that. So I'll resample. I want to put that bass line on pad 3. Make sure external source is just external input, not mix. My phone is overheating, so we're gonna get knocked out. Ah, that sucks. What's going on here? I don't know how long this is gonna stay on. I haven't had my phone overheat in a minute. The last time. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can hear me. Okay, so if you guys can hear me, sorry, this is overheating. I'm gonna try to open a window. I don't even know. Kind of back. You guys can hear me, but I'm not seeing any. I'm not seeing a picture. Okay, can you guys hear me now? I'm literally fanning my phone with a vinyl record right now. Can you see me? This is ridiculous. I need to get like a fan. This has only happened like twice. This is like the second time, and I don't know why. Well, I guess I do have a new USB hub. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna put ice on my phone. I'm gonna do this. I may just have too much going on. I got a new USB hub, and I got like a few things plugged in my phone. Like I got the USB mouse, the camera. Well, there's a power cable. Except there's a little light up there, little camera light. So maybe it'll be a little too much. So I'm gonna be fanning it. That seems to work. I don't really want to do too much. I'm gonna try to bring up the. I don't know what's up with the other angle. Here it is. Let me try to make it look a little better. I'm surprised I was even able to get back in here. I'm gonna keep the little light off so I don't have any extra stuff. But I'm surprised. I'm not usually able to. I'm not usually able to get back in. Oh, come on. Everything's falling down. I had my notes right here. Alright, give me a second. I'm gonna try to do picture in picture. Let's hope we don't overheat. I'm trying to do too much. Man, I've had so many issues. I'm gonna get a little USB fan, plug it in there. It's kind of like a paradox. Need too many things heating it up. And then yeah. All right, so these are my notes. They just fell off the wall. They just fell off the wall. I got this little sticky thing. So I have a few little key notes, so I'm not just rambling and stuff. I'm so surprised I'm back. Glad I'm back so I can continue this and hopefully there won't be any more hiccups. So what I was trying to do when things shut off was play a bass line. There's not much on here, so. Okay, let me get the chat back up. Make sure you guys can hear me and see me. Okay, we can't see you though. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, you got this ice. Ice, baby. The struggle, real. Facts. All right, cool. So it looks like you guys can see me now. So, a little short hiccup. Last time someone said, well, the beat was so fire, your phone overheated. Okay. All right, so where are we at? Just in the middle of my settings, external in, exit. So now it's waiting for me to press this pad. and start recording. So doing something simple. That was alright. Okay, so now it brings me back out. It takes you immediately out of the pattern sequencer when you do that. But now I have a little. It's interesting though, you do hear a little bit of bleed. Hear that? Oh, maybe, you know what, the bleed, maybe it's not a bleed, it's because I had the mic on. I'm gonna try it again, turn the mic off. But I feel like I have heard some bleed. Like, also, when I've, you could set the metronome on to resample and to record in. I feel like the metronome bleeds through. So, okay, back to pattern sequencer, resample, pad 3, turn the mic off. Alright, just gonna go with that. I don't think there's any bleed on that. We'll loop it up. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But I did want to put a little more low end on that. So. Okay. Okay, so we got. Oh, what the heck? Okay. So if you run into this issue, you hit resample, and you had just been doing that other stuff where you recorded the external input. You're gonna get a blank pad, like it's a blank sample. And what I learned is, well, you have to go back and turn your external routing, from external in to mix, or it's not gonna record anything. So I'm trying one more time. Okay, should actually have a sample now. It's a little sub here, a little bass here there. Okay. So I don't want this one. Delete that. And then shift exchange. Move this one over here. Copy. Now I'm going to go back into the pattern sequencer. Just sequence that loop. Trigger that. Turn the gate off. Bam. Okay. A little sloppy. Okay. And now I could find another sound. This is one of my favorites. feel like my beat needs some hi-hats. Got to exit. I want to add, I really like the 303 as well. Got a nice little compressor on it. Turn this down. What's good? 70-second human. Wow, it's all good. 8-bit arpeggios. What do you mean? Just like 8-bit sound, some arpeggios. We got 135. I don't know if there's a way of clicking in. I could do arpeggios on this, right? So. The closest thing with lo-fi. That's going hecka slow. I'm gonna try to hold this. Coolest motherfucker. Alright, let's see if we can keep it from overheating. We're about to shut off. But anyways, you guys get the gist of that's pretty much what I had on there for messages. If this thing shuts off, I mostly did. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I think you can see me now and hear me. So yeah, I just got back on, not to leave it at just a blackout. Hi man, what's up, man? What happened was my phone is overheating. I guess I'm trying to do too much. This is like, okay, so it's happened like 5 times just now, maybe 2 or 3 times. But it's happened on one other occasion, and it may be because I have extra stuff plugged in. But when these moments happen, it gets me like looking for more gear so I can avoid this kind of thing. So now, I mean, I ended up buying a, what is it called, a YOLO Box Live. I ended up sending it back. I never actually did a stream with it because I couldn't troubleshoot the audio, wasn't able to get audio in there. But I bought that because I was having issues like this. And then I was able to figure out that if I did a picture-in-picture kind of thing and didn't do too many things with the chat, with the live stream software, then I wouldn't get kicked off because I'd just been having random dropouts. But one really cool thing is I think I figured out how to resume my broadcast because it's been happening. I just got to keep it simple and not press a bunch of buttons. Just reset the app and just hit go and all that. But yeah, it's saying that the app itself is causing my phone to overheat. So I don't know if that's what it is, because the only thing different with this stream versus like the last 4 or 5 streams that I did, I had no issues, is that I have a new it's an M audio what's it called, USB hub. It's like an M audio USB hub audio interface thing, and so I have maybe a couple more things plugged into it, but it's powered, so it's got its own power, so I don't know why it would be overheating. Just my luck though, and now I'll probably be going online looking at like getting the computer and getting some kind of live video switcher, so in hopes that this issue would not arise anymore. So I'm not going to do any more beat making. I'll just kind of chill out. If this drops out, then alright. So I'm at 47 minutes with a few blackouts. But yeah, I'll just stay in the chat for a little bit and kind of round it off here before the hour's up. Where is Frosty the Snowman? He better show up. Yeah, it's the technical issues, man. They're nonstop. But it's a learning process, and I've been messing up a lot, but it's not stopping me. Maybe a little discouraging, but I mean, I really love the setup that I got right now. It's really awesome. But if I were to get a computer, I don't know. It's just space, you know. The new Matrix whack. As you know, I've seen it, man. Yeah, I hate to be the guy to like. I did watch it. I just got done watching it earlier tonight. HBO Max. So I didn't go to the theaters. But that's kind of random. Is it whack? I'm not gonna say. But yeah, you say just keep going. Does it have a better workflow than the original? So does the MK2 have a better workflow than the original? I mean, Tiago, those coast to ghost hours for sure. Messing up my stream over here, haunting my gear, heating it up. Would you call those I don't know, these are radio frequency anomalies. I don't know what we had called it last time. Wait, new Matrix out? Yeah, it came out 22nd. But yeah, does this have a better workflow than the original SP? So I had the SP-404A, and yes, by far, blew it out the park. Way better. So much better. And just the functions that I showed you today. 2 of those functions. 2 of those functions. So resampling your patterns and being able to choose to just record the input independently of what's playing back. Those are amazing features. Now, but to recap what I kind of learned in my last stream with Juno DS, it's kind of weird. Like if you're not sitting right here and just playing a MIDI keyboard, you don't have a finger to trigger a pad. So when you're in resample mode and you want to play some external instrument, and I want to play, see I was over here, I was trying to play with 2 hands, right? Play a little piano thing. But I need to press the pad to trigger it, so I was unable to do that and play with 2 hands. So the alternative was to turn the metronome on for the record input, and you also have a counting option. So I just was tick, 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 and I started playing, but I didn't have the rest of my beat backing it to make sure it was going in sync. But it was in sync because I had that metronome there. So even just that is a huge improvement, because when I had the 404A, when I bought it, I didn't even know it had those limitations. I thought I'd be able to record in, just like all the MPCs pretty much had the ability to. I mean, all the ones that I've used. I've heard older ones don't have that ability to record in while your beat plays. But yeah, I used to use an external metronome to record little parts in the SP-404A. So having it built in, still a huge improvement. But I think, you know, I'm going to do one of these videos because I do see people talking about these certain things that are just kind of not all the way quite there with this MK2. It's still amazing and it's great because you have things that weren't even there before. but just a little bit little slight twitches on some of these things would hugely improve them. So I think I will do a stream like that. I hope you can all jump in. I don't know how many of you even have an SP-404 right now that are watching. People are starting to get them. Shout out to Linda's son. He just threw me a text or a comment not too long ago. Said he just got noticed his is shipping out, and he got his from the same place I got mine. So yeah, they're starting to come in, and so you guys will probably start to realize some of the things that are not quite all the way there. But still, I do want to do that kind of stream, that kind of video, and hope you guys would show up and upvote those things like in the comment section or something. But one thing I don't want to see with this is what I've been expressing with the MPC before I got this. Like, just if you go back to my videos and streams prior to all these MK2 streams that I've been doing, I was talking about like feature bloat and just overpacking the MPC with so many features rather than focusing on improving the little things to make the workflow, to optimize the workflow just a little bit more. So yeah, that's taking priority. I don't want to see that happen with this, because I think we know just from the SP-404 community, beatmakers like lo-fi, just hip-hop beatmakers, they've really messed with the original SPs and took those limitations to like a different level and made this thing great. So if they try to put too much in this, then it might just become something that it's not supposed to be. You might as well just make another machine. So in the same kind of vein with the MPC, I want to look at, I'll do that stream, I want to look at the little things that are already there and tweaking them to make them better. So I'll start compiling a little list of what those are. I've already got a few in mind, but I don't really want to see like a bunch of other stuff added, like extra features. Just improve those little ones, like I'm saying. So let's see. EVPs, right? Electronic, what was it? Something phenomenons, right? Oh, electronic voice phenomena. You had a supernatural interruption. Natural interruption. I guess. Supernatural asshole interruption. Those little ghosts are some assheads. Okay. He probably has a shift button on something to act. He probably has a shift button on something to be activated. Probably has a sync button to activate it. I forget what we were talking about. To activate what exactly? Oh, like a sync button to activate like another pad, is what you're saying? Yeah, that'd be great. I don't know how. I mean, if it was like, maybe you could, because in here, get out of here. So in here, like pad 13, shift pad 13, you got the system, and then you have like preferences and settings and things. So if you go to like click, I think let's actually use this one. Then this is where you set like your metronome. So record is like in the pad section where your banks are. So if you want to do like the resample and record input without the pad and sequencer, so you set that. So I can set it to on, just to have a metronome. So if I went to record, start to hear that metronome. And then you also have features like the count-in. So right now it's set to wait. So if I'm in record, it'll hear the input. As soon as that sound hits a certain threshold, I don't know if you can specify what the threshold is on this, like you can with the MPCs. As soon as it hears something, it starts recording. Or what else can you do other than wait? You can do two measures, so 2 bars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or just one measure. So that, or just off. Those are your options. And yeah. So maybe if they had like a trigger pad option, and then you can select what pad, like 1 through 16 or something. That'd be nice. Have I run vocals through the effects? I mean, I got my mic going through it, so it's like whenever I press an effect, something. Oops. We got there. Yeah, so like the compressor, check, check, 1, 2, check, check, mic check. So I haven't tried to like record vocals yet, but as you can see, I got my mic set up to it, and just random vocals. I haven't really explored much of the effects at all. Like I've just been trying to figure out the workflow, and my main go-to plugin so far have been the 303, just the vinyl sims, the cassette vinyl sim compressor. I've tried the reverb a little bit, but I haven't dived too deep into the effects. I know there's quite a bit of them. So there's like page 1. How many pages are there? I don't know. Lo-fi. So I think there's a total of 32 MFX. And then, okay, you have like the other ones, right? You got this stuff, delays over here, filter drive, DJ effects looper, and your isolator. So those are kind of my go-tos. I haven't explored the effects too much. I use the isolator a lot because it's EQ, and I love how that works. Very effective, and just the vinyl sims so far, compressor, little reverb. Eventually get into it, but yeah, I've been thinking about doing vocal stuff with this, so we'll see where it goes. I don't know how long till. You'll never, Argonata. Never seen your lives before. Love your videos. Are you still working on your live mostly? So you must see my early videos, because I no longer own an MPC Live. I have MPC1 right here, and that's been kind of taking a back seat while I've been exploring the 404. So yeah, just gonna be exploring this for a minute, and also exploring the new synth and stuff. And I've just been thinking about some other gear. I really want to upgrade to like some really super duper top of the line sounds, and I like standalone gear, so I've been looking at stuff like the I mean, it's just super expensive. The Roland Integra 7 just sounds super fire though. There's not enough demos out there, but that thing is like $1,800. That's like the other end of the spectrum versus this. This is like the opposite. This is like the cheapest rumpler. It's got like 128 sounds. Some of them are just cheesy, but I like this thing. There's also like a lesser known brand that I wanna test out. It's called it's like V3. I think it might be a European company. I don't know from where exactly, but that looks pretty cool. Also, not enough demos out there. It's kind of one of those things that I think Sweetwater carries them, and that's just about the only place in the States that carries them. So I might pull the trick. You guys can hear me, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not just talking to myself. I was just looking up at this mic and it's crossed out. But yeah. Yeah, so I might want to pull the trigger on that. It's like a $400 and something Rumpler. So thinking about getting the one for my girl on equipment for sure. Trying to add a Chaos pad to my live. A Chaos pad? Well, what about, I mean, Chaos pad, I know the Chaos pad is like an XY thing. What about the XY on the MPC Live? Have you explored that much? You might want to give that a try before you just jump out and get a Chaos pad. Although I know it's more of a dedicated unit, so maybe it has more features, but if you haven't already, definitely check out the XY effects on the MPC, because it kind of mimics the same ideas, you know, with your effects. I have 2 MK2s. I'm only using one at a time. What do you think about using 2 MK2s together? For what? Why do you got 2? Using them two together. Nah, I'm not really into that. I don't think I'd be into that really. I've seen people do that, like multiple SPs next to each other. I'm not really even into like putting this next to my MPC, because it's like, which, you know, one's fighting to be the master. You know, I wouldn't be sequencing on both. I did have my 404A with the MPC Live, and I had that side by side, and the SP became, because its workflow and like sequencing and stuff and making beats wasn't as, obviously not as strength compared to the MPC Live. So, but I did find that it was pretty dope for making drums, like just beefing up drums and doing that. Using the isolator, I was like go to. So, but I don't know, it's not my preference. I kind of like, I mean, this thing, you could just make beats with this. I'm not sure what the benefit of having two of these next to each other would be, other than, I don't know, like what would you be doing that would require all that? I do simple stuff. I'm a simple, you know, I keep it simple. My beats are pretty simple, and I actually aim for them to be simpler than they are, because I think I put too much on them, but I don't think you need too much. Just like I was talking about this before, I would just rock this setup here, these 3 pieces. Maybe some Vynil, SP, this little guy. But I still have quite a bit of stuff in here, you know. I also have this keyboard. See, when I was just messing with the arpeggios, this has like a tap tempo, but it was hard to figure out the tap tempo. I think my next stream, I'll probably mess with this. So this got actual MIDI output, and this has MIDI input. So I was messing with controlling the SP with this, and this does have an arpeggiator as well, but it also has this dope little, it has a little LCD. It has a lot of features and functions, so I can actually set my tempo on this and do a couple nice things in here. So that might be the next one. And wow, look, we're not overheating right now. It's been a minute. Let's see who else is in here. So let's get a little chat in, and then we'll call it an evening. A morning. Leo Pocat, what's up? Just got a 4-4 on hold. Been missing your live set, but Merry Christmas to you and yours. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well and yours. You've been waiting for a Roland Go Mixer Pro X or something better? The Roland Go Mixer Pro, that's that little mini mixer, right? And you can plug in a few different, you can do like mics, and you can put like batteries in it, and it's like for your phone. Is that what you're talking about? I like compact gear like that. I wanted to try one of those out, but I think that's what you're talking about. Yeah, I like the dedicated unit for effects, less steps at running XY effects through programs or running it through the sampler, for sure. Okay. Probably big live sets. Okay, yeah. Well, you know what your needs are for sure. Koala and an MPK. Can you loop on that? Oh, Koala. Yeah, the Koala sampler. That's what you're rocking, 70-second human? Yeah, actually that's pretty legit. Like the way that Koala samples, I've said it before, it's kind of the second to none. Like, and when you plug in a controller, it still works in the same way, right? You're triggering those pads on there, and I could literally just go boom, you know, and then let go, and it's recorded that sound, and that's pretty dope. So that is pretty dope. But I never got too deep into it. I like the way it samples though. That's kind of second to none. Even over this, like this is record, pad, record. So it really takes all those steps away. Those things are on back order. Yeah, that's what's up. I don't know. I just got a weird thing about using apps and computers over just using the dedicated hardware. I just appreciate the hardware. And I know it might sound silly, you know, but it's just a preference. It's more of a feeling for me. PM2-6, I figured I could double up on the individual effects by using 2 MK2s. Maybe it's overkill. Maybe do you have them already if you tried this? Because, like, I mean, you have bus effects already, so you already doubled up from the options in prior SPs. Yeah. So what do you guys, any of you have an MPK mini play out there? What do you guys think of this thing? Sounds cheesy. So bagpipes. That's not a bagpipe, right? I mean, if I was like really dope at playing these keys. I've seen some demos of some keyboard players with this thing, and they really sold it to me. But some of this stuff is pretty cool. Like this is, I mean, how hard is it to make that sound good? Like that sounds. It's a little tinkle bell. Oh, go steel drum. Actually, kind of like this one. You got a CD Walkman, $5 for you. What is this? A Walkman? What is a CD? What are you talking about? Like MP3s are even obsolete now, right? Almost. These drums are the worst. But I actually made a drum kit with these drums through the SP and tweaked them until they actually sound pretty nice. So that's gonna be in my Patreon pack for next month. Those drums, and I'll figure out some other stuff. This is synth drum, it says. We got a reverse cymbal. Guitar fret noise. So you really program some stuff in there. Breath noise. Got your seashore. Can I input my own synth sounds into this? No. I was like Googling ways of like hacking the internal sounds, and I didn't find anything really. You like to play over the MPK? Got a nice little ring there. The loop on that's bad. I don't even see. Helicopter. Alright, phone's about to overheat, man. God bless y'all. This is about to just shut off. I'll see y'all next time. I gotta figure something out, but yeah. Until next time, be bold. Keep making music. Stay humble. Lift noise. All that. I'm gonna let this play out. Thank you. Thank you.